Hello everyone, I am Kallol Dahal and in today's class we're going to learn about Naresh and the Stranger and from a railway carriage from unit 17 of our English grade 8. So let's begin the chapter.
Hello students, so let's begin today's chapter unit 17. So let's look at the picture and then let's decide the answer for this. Who do you think the man in the picture is? You just need to guess what the man is doing in each of the pictures. Does he look poor or rich? Why do you think so? There is no particular answer for these questions, so you can guess whatever you want to guess. This is before we begin the chapter. Naresh and the Stranger. Naresh was a simple, honest man. He lived in a little village with his family. He had a wife, 3 children, and his father and mother. He needed to work very hard to provide food for them. His wife had to look after the family. Therefore, she could not go out for work. The only income from Naresh was insufficient for the family. Sometimes he would ask himself, when will you be able to earn enough money to buy food? How will the children grow strong if they do not have nutritious food to eat? Here, the word nutritious means anything that is filled with nutrition. Poor Naresh went into his field and worked from morning till night every day. His only friend were his oxen, so he used to talk to them. My friends, he would say, when would I earn enough money to provide nutritious food for my kids? Sometimes even the neighbors heard him talking to his ox. They laughed at him, but they were sorry about his condition too. One day, Naresh went to a river to fetch some water. He had just finished filling his pot when he saw a stranger walking towards him. The man looked tired and ill. Naresh was a kind man, so he went up to the man and said, do you need some help? You look tired and ill. The stranger replied, will you give me a drink and show me a place to rest? Naresh gave him some water to drink. Then he said, will you come home with me? You can take a rest in my house and leave when you feel better. The stranger thanked him and walked slowly by his side. When they reached the house, Naresh's wife asked, who is this man? Has he come to stay here? Naresh took his wife to a corner and said, this poor man looked ill and he asked me if I would give him some water and show him a place to rest. When I saw that he was alone, I asked him if he would come with me. He has come, so I want you to look after him. When she heard this, the wife started crying. She said that they did not have enough food for themselves. God will help us if we help others, said Naresh. Give the guest some food. The stranger stayed for 3 days. On the 3rd day, he felt better. So he said to Naresh, I'm leaving now, but before I go, would you like to come with me to the river? Naresh told his wife that the stranger wanted him to go to the river with him and left. He said that he would soon return to his work and went to the river with the stranger. The stranger took him to the river bank. There, he pointed at a big stone and said, lift the stone and dig the ground beneath it. Naresh did as the stranger had told and found a big pot. He lifted it up and passed it to the stranger. The stranger opened the pot and pulled out a bag. It was full of money. You are a good man, he said, and I want to help you. You were kind to me when I was ill and alone. The money is for you and your family. Take it. Naresh was very surprised. He said, God is great and helps us all. I did not help you for money. You are very kind, but I cannot take this money. The stranger replied, I shall be very happy if you take it. You have been a good friend and I want you to have it. Naresh took the money and thanked the stranger. Where are you going? What will you take with you? He further said, let me give you some food to eat. The stranger smiled and thanked Naresh. When God gives me friends like you, I need nothing. I shall reach home safely, he said. Then he said goodbye to Naresh and left. Now let's dive into the exercise. Find the words from the text and complete the following sentences. A. Nilima found her lost purse beneath a pile of leaves. So you need to find the word from the text and then write down the word in the blank. So now this is going to be your homework. Mark it down. Now let's go to another exercise. These sentences are from the story above. Who said them to whom? Do you need some help? Who said this? This is said by Naresh to help the stranger. So Naresh said it. Will you come home with me? Again, this is said by Naresh to the stranger. So in this way, I expect you to do this as well. So this is also your homework. Mark it down. Now answer these questions. Why could Naresh's wife not earn any money? Naresh's wife could not earn any money because she had to look after the family. It's given in the first paragraph. So find the answer and write it down. What was Naresh worried about when he talked to his oxen? When Naresh talked to his oxen, he was worried about when he would earn enough money to provide nutritious food for his. Now, the third one. Why did Naresh's wife cry when she knew the stranger would stay in their home? Naresh's wife cried when she knew the stranger would stay in their home because they didn't have enough food for themselves. Now, do the remaining ones as your homework. Now let's go to another exercise. There is one question left there. This is also your homework. Please mark it down. Now, imagine you are Naresh. Tell the story to your friends in your own words. So this is writing and speaking. So what I suggest you is you write this down and then read it out to your friends. Now let's do pronunciation. Listen to your teacher and practice how these contractions are pronounced. Strangers. Nareshesh. I am. They'd or they had. She will. Can't. She is. They've. Kneels. Couldn't. Aren't. Mustn't. Now let's do the grammar. Match the active sentences in column A with their passive counterparts in column B. Naresh gave him some water to drink. He was given some water to drink by Naresh. The stranger thanked him. He was thanked by the stranger. The stranger took him to the river bank. He was taken to the river bank by the stranger. Pot was opened by the stranger. Naresh took the money. The money was taken by Naresh. The neighbors heard him talking to his oxen. He was heard talking to his oxen by the neighbors. Now, let's go to the next exercise. Study the following pairs of sentences with passive form of the verbs. She plays the piano. The piano is played by her. So the second sentence is the passive form of the given first sentence. So this is the active sentence and the second one is the passive of the same sentence. The radio is being repaired by my father. My father is repairing the radio. Here this is passive sentence and this one is active sentence. So to not be confused, let's clear this out. In active sentences, subject is focused. Like generally all the sentences that we use are active. For example, my father is repairing the radio. Here in this sentence, my father, the subject, is being focused here. So my father is on focus in this sentence. So this is an active sentence. Whereas in passive sentence, the focus is given to the verb or the action being done over there. The subject is not focused. For example, the radio is being repaired by my father. Here, who is repairing the radio is none of the concern. The radio is being repaired, that is the concern. So the subject is not focused in passive sentence. That is how we can differentiate whether the given sentence is active or passive. So read all these sentences and you will be clear about it. So let's go to the exercise. Change the following sentences into passive. The dentist pulled out my tooth. My tooth was pulled out by the dentist. The police are questioning him. He is being questioned by the police. See, here this was in past tense, pulled out. That's why we used my tooth was pulled out, because this is also past tense. But in this exercise, in this question, the tense is present continuous, present tense. So we have used is. So the gist of this is that we cannot change the tense when we are converting the active sentence into passive. Whichever tense it has, we need the answer in passive in the same tense. So question number C, the waitress serves breakfast at 7 o'clock. Breakfast is served at 7 o'clock by the waitress. Is served. So after doing these three exercises as well, I hope you have been assured that the verb, the main verb in this sentence, in passive sentence, will always be a third form of the verb. Question, questioned. Pulled is pulled. Serve, served. Students from our class collected the rubbish. The rubbish was collected. Again, the third form of the verb is used in passive sentences. So let's keep all these three things in mind, and active and passive would not be that difficult for us. So the remaining is your homework. I hope there'll be no confusion left. Now let's continue. Writing. Here's an email written by an online marketing company to a regular customer. Read it carefully and write a reply to it. You can accept or deny the offer. So in this email provided to us, an offer has been given. Now it's on us whether we want to accept the offer or deny the offer. Whatever we do, we need to write a reply to this email. So let's look at it. 2. SamirDangol@gmail.com. Subject, about the new offer. Dear Mr. Dangol, Nepal Sunglass House has an important announcement that you get 2 pairs of sunglasses for the price of 1. This is a seasonal offer for this week, only 1 for this summer. Place your order as soon as possible. For more details, visit our website www.nplsunglasses.com. With best regards, Sukla Devkota, Managing Director, Nepal Sunglasses House, Tinkune, Kathmandu. Email nepal_sunglasseshouse@gmail.com. So now when we are replying to this email, there will be a few things changed. Now in 2 we need to write nepal_sunglasseshouse@gmail.com. Then subject, we can write the same thing, about the new offer, because we are going to reply to the new offer. Then we are going to write Dear Mr. Devkota, because we are replying this email to him, Shukla Devkota. So, dear Mr. Devkota. Now, if you have accepted the offer, you can write, thank you for the offer provided to me. I would be happy to visit your place and buy some sunglasses for me and the family. I would be visiting your shop soon. With best regards, write down your name, write down the school you read in, and write down the address of the school, and we're done. But if you are going to deny the offer, you can write, dear Mr. Devkota, with a heavy heart, I would like to notify you that I would not be able to accept the offer as I am not in need for more sunglasses. If the offer holds for next year, probably I would be happy to visit you. Thank you. Write down your name, your school's name, and then the address of your school, and you are done. I hope you have understood this. Please do try it. Try to write the reply to it. Now let's continue. Reading 2. From a railway carriage. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle. All of the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye painted stations we shall buy. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. And here is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill and there is a river. It's a glimpse and gone forever. This poem was written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Now let's go to the exercise. Consult a dictionary and find the meanings of the following words. You can either consult a hard paper dictionary or soft copy dictionary that can be found online. So find the meanings for these words and mark it down as your homework. Complete the summary of the poem with the correct words, phrases from the box. So we have been given some options here. We need to pick up the correct option and then fill it up in the given blanks. Let's do few. The poet presents his dash of traveling in a train. The poet presents his experiences of traveling in a train. He dash the sights that he notices while traveling in the train. He describes the sights that he notices while traveling in the train. The train moves dash than fairies and witches. The train moves faster than fairies and witches. It runs like soldiers in the battlefield. The dash train leaves behind bridges, houses, fences, and the green fields. The speedy train. So this way, I hope you'll be able to do the remaining paragraphs as well. Now, the question answer for the poem that we read. What is the movement of the train compared with? The movement of the train is compared with fairies, witches, bridges, houses, hedges, and ditches. What does the speaker see in the meadows? In the meadows, the speaker sees the sides of the hill and the plain. Now, the remaining three, I hope you would be able to do this as well. Now, recite the poem in a group. Recite the poem individually, that would be better. So do that in your classroom. Writing. Imagine one of your friends has invited you to attend his/her success party. Write a reply letter to him or her. So you have to imagine that you have already got the invitation from your friend. Now you have to write a reply whether you will be able to attend the event or not. So this is exactly like how we gave a reply to the previous email. So consulting that email, I hope you would be able to do this as well. Now, if you remember us doing active and passive in the exercises that we did few minutes ago, this would be helpful for you to convert from active to passive. This is given for simple present. Bread is made from flour. Structure is am is are plus past participle. The road is being built. Is am are plus being plus past participle. So consult this as well and it will be easier for you to do the conversion from active to passive. Here the tables have been continued, so this will also give you a little bit of help. I hope today's class has been helpful for you. How did you find today's class? If you have any suggestions or any advices to us, please get back to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.nb. We would be back in another class with another chapter. Till then, thank you and have fun.